Happy Monday. Thank you for joining me. So, I have to tell you before we get going, there are things that I learn every week as I do these weekly wisdoms. And the thing that I learned this week was to make sure that you have the microphone where it needs to be. You see, I pride myself on doing most of these in one take. This is take two, and take one was fabulous. But I didn't have a microphone. So, microphone is in place. Let's get started. So this is going to be the last installment of nuggets and tidbits that I learned while watching the Rise Live conference by Rachel Hollis. Now, I wish I could tell you who this next quote belongs to, and unfortunately I didn't write it down and I don't have access to the replay for the conference anymore. So just know that it did come from Rise Live through one of the speakers, but I'm not sure who it was. But the quote is that courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes courage is a little voice at the end of the day that says, I will try again tomorrow. So I want to share a story with you. In February 2019, my family and I decided that we were going to seriously pursue a leadership speaking business. We were going to invest, we were going to spend the time, and it was going to happen. There's not very many things. When I put my mind to something, there's very few things that don't actually come towards fruition because I just don't give up. And the one piece of advice I got month after month during that first year was, as a speaker, the successful speakers are the ones that make it into year two, because year one is hard. So you are doing everything you can. You are begging people to let you speak. And there was some progress with year one, but not a lot. Year two, 2020 happens. And the analogy that people had used, or is it a metaphor? The metaphor that people had used was, when you start one of these businesses, it's like pushing a boulder uphill. You keep going until you crest the top. And then once you crest the top, the boulder starts going by itself. And I felt like if I hadn't crested the top, I was getting there. I was building momentum. I was getting engagements. My performance was improving. My stagecraft was improving. My business acumen was improving. My husband and I made the difficult decision to make a very large investment in the business to get my branding up to where my stage presence was. This all happened in February 2020. It was fitting because it was the first year anniversary. So we made this large investment into the company, and then COVID hit. And in that moment, I wanted to curl up and crawl into a corner and just give up. Because there had been so much time spent away from my family, just trying to figure these things out. And there had been so much, I had been working 7 days a week for over a year straight, very rare with any time off. And it was working. It was working amazingly well. This year was supposed to be an amazing year, and it happened. And I thought to myself, do I want to do this? Do I want to keep doing this? And this was where courage was the little voice that says, you know what? I don't want to do this today, but tomorrow I will get back up and I will keep going. And so we continued investing in the company. I am looking at doing virtual events right now, getting the setup, figuring out what that looks like, and hopefully soon you will be hearing about some virtual engagements. But I decided that courage doesn't always have to be big. And when I heard this quote, it just clicked. This quote is now at my desk, so I can remember that little voice. Sometimes that little voice is all you got. Doesn't always have to be a roar. It's just a voice that says, I will do it again tomorrow. So if you need that little voice, let me be your voice. It's okay. You can pick it up again tomorrow. You don't have to solve the problems of the world today. If you don't need that little voice, congratulations. It takes strong will to get through times when courage is essential. But if you ever do need that little voice, remember, courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes courage is a little voice at the end of the day that says, I will try again tomorrow. Thank you for listening to my story. I can't wait to see what 2021 holds for my business and for everybody else's business and family and health and love. Don't forget to leave what you learned in the comments. And remember, You got this. We got this. Have a great week.